So today we are looking at installing RetroPie on my Raspberry Pi 3. RetroPie is designed for playing old games like your NES games, Game Boy, Sega, all that kind of one. You can also set it up for DOSBox, so you can play your old DOS games. So you'll need a Raspberry Pi 3. You can use a 2, but a 3 is most recommended. This one's just in a case. Also need a keyboard of some sort. I've got one of these media keyboards. It's a wireless one. You can also use your like a full-size one if you need to as well. So you also need the cable, which is your Samsung style mobile phone USB-A. That's plugged straight into your Pi. And need a charger. It's preferred that you use a 2.5 amp 5-volt charger. You get that from the Raspberry Pi page, because it does run on your normal PC or mobile phone charger, but it can run under power. So all we need to do for this is plug this into HDMI. It does have a screen on it, but because we're installing a new operating system, we will need to install the drivers. So you'll need an SD card as well. This is a 16 gig and a card reader of some type.
So the first thing you'll need is to go to retropie.org.uk. I'll post links in the description below, and download Raspberry Pi 01 or Raspberry Pi 2/3. So if you've got a Raspberry Pi 2 or 3, install that one. Otherwise you install this one if you've got a Raspberry Pi 1. It's a disk image and it's zipped into a .gz format. So you might need to download 7-zip as well. So you also want to scroll down here. Up here. Installing it for the first time. Click on that link guide. And it's pretty simple. You download the image and you put it on the SD card, but if you're using a Mac, you'll need a utility called the Apple Pi Baker, and Windows, you need Windows 32 disk imager, because it's a Linux format and Windows doesn't recognize it. Got a RetroPie image and Windows 32 disk imager. Pretty simple installation. So it's called image writer. I've got a different name. So I'll just do to readme. So it pops up a little box like this. Here's where you put your image file. So I'm just going to go to, so this one's a .gz. So if you've got 7-zip installed, you can right click it, hover over 7-zip and do extract here, which will extract it into this downloads folder. Shouldn't take too long. So here you is here. So we'll go back to disk imager. That's the file that we want. So that one's all complete now, because once it's done it'll just say it's complete, click OK and close the program. And now we can actually install it on the Raspberry Pi.
So what you'll need to do now is just get the SD card, and pretty easy to do. SD card goes in. I'll take it out of the case just to make it easier, and take the screen off too. So the SD card just goes on the end here. So we've got HDMI, which will go to screen here. Plug HDMI in. And plug power in. And I'm going to also plug my proper keyboard in. And wireless controller. Then we just plug power in. Oop. SD card goes in face down, label facing down. So I didn't have to even install that. Plug the SD card in and it's running. It will stay like this on a few screens, go through booting a bit. So what we're going to do here is transfer some ROMs to the Raspberry Pi. So I've got a USB here, 16 gig. Need to format it as FAT32 or NTFS. Doesn't really matter what you name it. Make sure it's FAT32. Make sure it's the right drive. C here, E, and click start. It'll say OK. Come up with a message saying it's done. Format complete. Close. So we've finally installed some ROMs. Most of them work. PlayStation 1 doesn't work, but all the other ones work. Got a few on each: Game Boy Color, Game Boy, Nintendo 64, I've got quite a few. It does actually take a while to start up, but they do work. DOSBox I haven't worked out. But all the other ones work. If we start up something else. We'll get black screen for a while. And the game will eventually start up. This might not be one of the working games, but there we go. It does start up. I haven't tested sound yet, but that is in the future. It does work with headphones, so this haven't hooked up my speakers yet. The only thing I haven't done properly is switch the A and B buttons in a script, and yeah, some of these controllers don't work on the buttons because it's using a Nintendo 64. But yeah, the game is working.